definitely been a journey.
It started in London, really, didn't it? And so, tell me what happened.
Well, meeting Stevie Evilly after so many years, the suggestion to do this Chinese collaboration came about on my visit to London. Ended up doing a show in Wales where I had the pleasure of meeting Jane Marie and Tubbsy, who is also a part of this amazing project. And Stevie suggested us doing this duet collaboration, a reggae singer, solo artist, and a Chinese opera singer. I gotta be honest, of all the things I've been asked to do, that's probably been the strangest.
First time you have done some amazing collaborations. Before you go on about this one a bit more, can you tell us a little bit about some of the fantastic collaborations you have done?
Oh wow. I guess the beauty of singing, yes, I'm a solo artist, but I've really enjoyed being behind the scenes as a backing vocalist as well. So I've worked with many great names like Imagination, Soul to Soul, Princess. Princess actually did backing vocals for me on my very first solo project. The Reggae Philharmonic Orchestra. That's my granddaughter in the background, by the way. I do apologise. But sang with Boney M for 13 years, featuring Maisie Williams. All the reggae greats, Gregory Isaacs, Dennis Brown, Frankie Paul, Barry Biggs. The list is endless. I am so sorry. Yeah, Dennis Brown, Frankie Paul, Gregory Isaacs, Freddie McGregor. Just about every mainstream reggae artist out of Jamaica, which has been a real privilege, been an honour to be a part of. And it's been across the board, from soul, pop, reggae, Gabrielle, Cliff Richard, Bobby Ball from Cannon & Ball. That was a strange collaboration, actually, come to think of it. But it's been so vast and varied, so maybe I shouldn't be surprised that I'm now collaborating with a Chinese opera singer.
But just want to cut you again, because when you think about it, you mentioned all these great artists, and they're mostly reggae artists, but okay, you're English by birth, right? Mm-hmm. But your family is African.
West African, yeah.
So, it's funny because you're one of the reggae greats, and you're actually more connected to Africa than to. Mm-hmm. But a lot of people don't know you're African, do they?
No, they don't. Actually, I'll give you a funny story. I was performing I had the pleasure of doing the Nigerian national anthem at the Queen's Park Rangers game, Reggae Boys versus the Nigerian Eagles. And as they're representing the Eagles, that was such an honour for me. And we had a VIP area, and Maxi Priest, bless his heart, when they were interviewing me, a TV station for Nigeria interviewing me and talking about, what an honour it was to do the national anthem. And Maxi piped up, what are you talking about? She's not Nigerian, she's Jamaican. And he called me a traitor. Why aren't you doing the Jamaican national anthem? Which I have done many times as well. And they were saying, what part of Toyin Adekale is a Jamaican name? So it's quite funny. So the Jamaican influence in my life is I had a nanny when I was 7 years old. My sister was 2, and we had a Jamaican nanny that pretty much raised us, assisted my mum in raising us. So that's where a lot of the Caribbean influence comes from. And one thing about London is a very multicultural upbringing. So I guess our category in the UK is Afro-Caribbean, because it's African and Caribbean culture. So, each one influences the other. And reggae music is, let's not separate it from Africa. There are some great artists out, and where is it deriving from as well?
Exactly, yes. So, I knew you from I was about 10 years of age.
Oh gosh, now you're aging me.
That kind of age. Then all of a sudden, I remember looking up to you, and even before you had that big hit, but then you had that big hit at a very early age. How did that affect your life? Because I didn't see you again for a long time after that. Maybe, I think it was about 8 or 9 or 10 years when I was in 20s, late 20s that I saw you again, and then now. But I mean, so how did that big hit affect your life and everyone around you? Because you kind of made history with that as well. You made history with kind of, but definitely with that.
Yeah, you know, today I realize it's a blessing and a curse having success early. Also handling money before you have wisdom to handle it. I don't regret it, but I went on to travel around the world. That's something that I'd always said I wanted to do. In fact, I remember my geography teacher telling me that I was never going to be any good at geography and paid to come and see me at the 100 Club. And this is after I'd done several trips around the world already. And she apologized to me and she said, you know what? I never thought you'd be any good at geography, and geography has been your thing. I've, you know, been to 5 of 7 continents around the world. It's been an amazing journey. For the most part, I've really enjoyed it. The lifestyle, the money, meeting some of the greatest artists that I've always wanted to work with, and some that I've not worked with, but just being able to share the stage with them, like Diana Ross, like Luther Vandross, Janet Jackson, Kool and the Gang, Sister Sledge, the list is endless, but being able to be on the same platform, them performing, me performing on that same stage, it's been a blessing. But when you come into success at an early age, you don't imagine that gravy train ever stopping. You don't imagine people liking you for any other reason than they like you, or people wanting to be around you for any other reason than you're cool, they want to be around you. But you soon discover as time goes on that success is a season, and you're going to have your dry seasons and you're going to have your real abundant seasons. So when you go through the dry seasons, you have a rude wake-up call that, well, actually it wasn't about you, it was about what you stood for, what you represented. And if you're not in the hot seat anymore, we're on to the next hot thing. So it was challenging, but for the most part, today it's a blessing for me because I now use what I've experienced to teach my daughter, who is also now in showbiz, Tallywell. So everything I've gone through has been for a bigger purpose. But there were times it was very difficult, losing your privacy, being a public figure, not being able to, in some countries, not being able to just go to the shop like you would normally without somebody recognizing you, or touring in Russia and not being able to go to the bathroom without armed security. Those things are really peculiar to me because what you do is just a job. Singing is my job, and it's no different to a secretary or a doctor, but because you're on a public platform, there are different expectations of you. But today, I consider it mainly a blessing.